Here we go. We'd like to welcome you here to another episode of Auto Challenge. And today we have sort of a special one because we have many cars to talk about here, not just the basic 2 introduction, 2 down here. Today we have a lot. The Blader of Summer has his car, which we'll be talking about here with the information. What car he thinks is interesting. Then he has his 2 here. The Ferrari 458 Spider and the Lamborghini Aventador. And the other one that he has is the Cadillac CTS, which is Motor Trend's car of the year thingy. And then we have
car of the year, baby.
The cars that I'll be talking about at the beginning. We have 2 special Lamborghinis to tell you about. We have the SLS, the final version, a Jaguar, and a Mini, which I'll be telling about here quickly. And then we have the Ferrari 458 Italia and the Lamborghini Aventador. But first, the latest time we'll be talking about the car that's taken the world by storm.
Alright, yeah, this Cadillac CTS, car of the year. Look out, Germany, move out of the way. Here comes Detroit.
Which I didn't make comments about in the last episode. I did not say that Americans can't make cars.
Because you just got proved. Because if anyone makes a comment like that, boy, and the car of the year comes out of Detroit. Okay, they even had a 4-cylinder turbo, that rocks. So you thought maybe that something like the Evo and the STI were these little 4-cylinder rockets. Well, here's this thing that can get 93 miles an hour. They even
make a song about Cadillacs.
And it's really
right there.
Anybody wondering why there's so many songs and rappers? They kind of going in there.
White walls.
Going in there instead of going up, they're doing the Gallardos and the things like that.
Which we will have a little bit about the Gallardo in a minute.
And then you go in and say, hey, you got yourself a nice Cadillac, and then the base price, you get the 4-cylinder turbo between $60,000 and $65,000, but you get a 6-cylinder between $65,000 and $67,000.
Here it is, the front of it. There's the Motor Trend.
So all your BMWs and Mercedes-Benz, boy, you're gonna have to just, look out, because here it comes.
Here's a cool look from the side. That thing looks amazing. I hadn't really seen what it looked like except for in the ads.
It's a good-looking car. And actually, it really has a lot of the same lines that you'd probably find in a Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, it does look similar to the Mercedes.
But it's really, especially if you get next year, because they're going to come out with the CTS V Sport, and for $60,000 you get 420 horsepower.
Here's one of the cars that it beat out for the thing of the year. It beat a Jaguar F-Type. Obviously it beat the convertible one, because this one here just came out. But it beat the convertible, and that's a pretty awesome car. So the Cadillac has to be pretty cool to beat a Jaguar, which replaced the legendary E-Type from many years ago. Like, it was a long time ago they had the E-Type, but this here.
And then actually the big thing is when that V Sport comes out, this is when Motor Trend is saying you want to have a real good value, is that the V Sport model is the greatest bargain, offering the same all-around driving performance and experience as some of the M or AMG models at a lower cost than their base V8 model. That's saying something pretty gosh darn amazing. So, it's going to be a good car, and I guess it's going to take your hats off to Detroit for putting out the car of the year, and it's going to be some good things. Good things are be coming out of Cadillac, and maybe the Americans.
So what that proves is what I said in the previous episode about Americans not making cars is wrong. Right now, for you, what I prepared here is a couple of cars to talk about instead of just one. A couple that came out that I forgot to mention previously, so we can talk about a few more cars here. So we have a few lined up for you. First, we'll talk about this. This is the line of Mini Coopers, which we're going to take. And because in a few minutes we're talking about supercars, expensive, high price, really fast cars. Let's talk about cars that aren't super fast, but still can be pretty cool. This is the line of Mini Coopers. That's the original one. That's technically the second generation, what they call it the first generation, after the relaunch of the Mini Cooper. There's the one that they just got rid of, which you see on the road lots of times. And that's the new one there. Not really much impressive about it. It's basically the same as the other Mini Cooper, but this one here can get 134 horsepower. Yeah. Okay, on to the next car we're going to talk about. This here is the Mercedes SLS. Oh, there's actually some of them right there. But this here is Mercedes AMG supercar, like the Blader Summer mentioned about AMG. This isn't one of the ones that the Cadillac would be better than, because this is a supercar. Because I went with the lower ones, like just the regular basic AMG ones. This here is their main supercar. It is the this one here is 583 horsepower. It's a V8. This here's the final edition, because this here is the last one they're making. They're going to make about 300 of them. This one here has the standard SLS GT engine instead of the 622 horsepower engine found in the SLS Black. They are replacing it with one. Mercedes has the code name for it coming out next year. It's called the C190, and it's supposed to rival the Porsche 911. And it's another front engine, two-seater one, just like this one here. But it's got a new V8 engine, which should have about 500 horsepower. Also, in other news of getting rid of cars, Lamborghini has announced recently that they have finished. Oh, here's another one of the SLS. They're from the front of that. It's gull-wing doors. Lamborghini has announced that they're done making the Lamborghini Gallardo, which the Blader Summer mentioned that the people lots of times sing about the Gallardo. So obviously they will have to sing more about Cadillacs, because they're done making the Gallardo. The last one they just made, it was the Red Spider Performante or something like that, Italian. So they had made it for 10 years. It's a pretty cool car, but it's going to be replaced with another car. If you want to look it up, it's called the Hexagon Project, which I was actually looking up before we made the previous episode, when I was looking up the Countach. I looked up the Hexagon Project. Next we have, in honor of the Lamborghini Gallardo being gone, we have here a Lamborghini that they made last year, 2012. This one here is called the Lamborghini Gallardo LP 570-4 Super Trafus Stradare or something like that. I don't know how you say it. Do you know how to say that?
What? Oh, the Trofeo Stradale?
That one. That is what that car is. But that's what. So that means that it has 570 horsepower, and it's a four-wheel drive car. And that one came out in about February 2012. It's pretty cool. That's the front of it. There's the back of it. It's got a pretty awesome spoiler on it. But now on to my final car to tell you about before we get into the main challenge. This here is the new Jaguar. This one here is the new F-Type, which lost to the Cadillac for the Motor Trend car of the year. Well, the one that lost was the convertible one. It actually says in here, if I can find it quickly. Yeah, here we go. Just let me look it up quickly. Yeah, there it is. That's the Jaguar F-Type. So it's got a good sound and it looks pretty cool, but it doesn't have much room in the back and doesn't get much for fuel economy. If you want that in a car, that's not your car to get. But what it has, this in here has the if you want the V6, because you can get it in the V6 or the V8. You can get two different V6. You can get the convertible one. There's the 335 horsepower with 375. But the V8, which is the V8S, which had 488 horsepower, is being replaced in this car for the 542 horsepower V8R. That's what makes that one special. It's going to cost you some money. Because I got this off the top of your website, it says pounds. But it's, for the V8R, which is this one here, it will cost you about 85,000 pounds, so that's still a lot. That's about, how much would that be? Like $90,000, something about that, 90,000. So that would cost you about $90,000 right there, if you wanted to get that car. But it's amazing. So if you have 85,000 pounds or about $90,000 for a car, that's the car for you. Right now, let's get into the main challenge.
Or if you want to save $30,000, go get the Cadillac, and you have $30,000 to go on vacation, or you can take a nice month off to go driving around and living in luxury. So, your choice.
Anyways, now, like I said, this in here isn't so much of a competition round as this round here, where we have the Blade starting with the Lamborghini Aventador and the Ferrari 458 Spider versus the Ferrari 458 Italia and the Lamborghini Aventador. Finally, we will be able to see an Italian supercar get a win. Because all the times I picked the Italian supercars, obviously I've lost. And then the other time the Blade Summer picked it, we had our tie in episode 3 of the first season. So let's get right into it. The Blade Summer, talk about your Spider.
Look at the Spider. Oh man, that's Ferrari.
Just one note before we start: the Spider is basically a convertible one of the Italia.
Right. Of the 458, the 2-seat. It says 2-seat sporty coupe. Very nice car. It was released in 2009 to replace the F430.
And that one is the Italia because the Spider came out in 2012.
Right. So that ends up happening is you have this car here. Now let you take a look at this bad boy. You know, and it's got a lot of good things going for it. You know, I had talked before. You know, last time. You know, and how the supercar. This is a supercar that's got something going for it. You know, not just having just crazy muscle. It has that, you know, that Italian sexiness, and you know, going out there, and it is $324,000. But you know, it's if you go on out and the actual costs each year to operate it, we're only about $3,000, which isn't so bad. Considering the fact what you're really driving, you know, and what happens with something like this, where I think this is when the convertible really
the Spider,
this Spider really takes and just like, you know, kicks butt over the hardtops. You know, if you can think about it, you know, July and August, you know, and you're just curving down the Apennine Highway through the nice Italian Alps, stopping in at little bistros along the way, sipping nice Italian wine.
What if you go to England and it rains a lot?
Well, you know,
you're going to want this one.
Well, I'm going to tell you this with the important thing.
If you're British, you want that one.
Well, here's the deal. If you have enough money to put down between $250,000 and $500,000 for a car, you got to drive it in Italy. You're not going to be driving it on a cloudy day in London. You know, you're going to have a Jaguar for that. You're going to have, you know, you might even have a Mini. You might even buy a Jeep.
Nobody likes Jeep.
Well, they were great selling cars, so I don't know about not liking a Jeep.
Really?
Right, but you're
talk about nice. This one here looks like a pig got run over by a car, and the pig's face was put onto the car. Look at that.
It's got that rugged. I think trying to steal a little look from the Hummer.
It looks like a pig.
Well, we're not talking about Jeeps. We're talking about sexy Italian cars, you know, and you can just picture back, you know, like you can imagine back in a movie from the 50s, you know, you're in there, you're driving that car, you kick back, and you got your pretty girl with you, her hair's blowing, and she's happy. You're going in and you're zipping down the highway. You're looking like $1,000,000, and you're stopping all the places, and you're just like, you know, it's just a whole amazing adventure. You know, it's just the whole image thing, you know, and what's really important is they really did some real technical work on this, you know. And what happens is just foot pedals. And even that, it's calibrated for maximum sportiness, okay? And they also made the sound. You got that sound. You can just go through the tunnels and the highways and going through the mountains, and you get that real sound, you know. And so you're going ahead and you're getting that Spider going in there, and the really cool thing about it, and this is the really important thing, which I think is kind of neat thing, is that it's a naturally aspirated direct injection engine. You know, you're kind of going back you know, that real feeling of the old days, the old muscle cars. So that's really kind of a, really kind of a neat deal, and again, you're going back to that edge. It takes you back to the movies, Hollywood. It's really, what really makes a car. And if you're going to look at that's a muscle car that just is actually a great sports car.
It's a supercar. It's a supercar.
What's a supercar? It's a supercar that really is really sporty, without being, there's just some cars, kind of like the Aventador, which are just muscle. It's kind of like the bodybuilder of cars, and high performance is sort of, kind of like if you remember back to, the Nike ads for, where Bo knows, and you're going to go out there and having an all-around super athlete. I don't think anybody
watching that knows what you're talking about.
Well, maybe not, But you're going to go out there and you have a super multi-sport athlete that comes out and is just super, athletic. Well, that's what the Aventador is. But, the Ferrari is just Italian sexiness and things. And the important part, too, is it does have the windshield on it, where, cars that, if you have, convertible without a windshield on, getting bugs in your teeth. If you get bugs in your teeth, the girl's not going to kiss you. You're not going to be, and they're going to have bugs in their hair and their teeth, and they're not even going to like you anymore.
Now let's talk about
anything
this car
about that kind of
stuff. It doesn't have
though.
windshield, you got bugs in your teeth.
But you're going to want to go out there. So that's just the beauty of the Spider. The Spider, nice car, great car for driving, great car to just be out there and just experience the true luxury.
This here is the Lamborghini Aventador J. Now, yes, like you said, it doesn't have a windscreen like you were saying with the convertible. But this car isn't a convertible. It doesn't have a roof at all. So, you can't put the roof up because it doesn't have one. Now, what makes this car special is right after they released the Aventador in 2011, pictures of this car were leaked by some Americans. I don't know what it means. So Lamborghini officially unveiled this at a fancy little motor show in 2012. Well, not really small, but it was a fancy motor show thing. The roofless, windowless car has the V12 engine as the Aventador, but so it has 700 horsepower, but it's very lightweight, so it doesn't have air conditioning or radio. So you don't really have either one. So you can't listen to your jams, and you can't be jamming out. But it's a limited edition one. They only made one of them, and it sold for a lot of money. $2.8 million. They made it. This is the one that was shown at the thing, and the thing only weighs 3,472 pounds. The J in the name, it comes from Appendix J of some racing rulebook thingy. It's the technical specifications of a race car. But the designer of it said that it means Jada, which is the reference of a 1970s Miura concept that was for the Appendix J thing. Now let's just look at the Miura like we talked about last time. Here is where the J in the name comes from. A special Miura, not that exact one, that's just a regular Miura, but like that. So the Jada, it's called the Jada Miura. So in 1970, Lamborghini had a driver, and he developed a car that matched the Appendix J, the racing wheel like we talked about a second ago. But what it did is, it was a racing one, they only made one of them. And what Jada is supposed to mean is the pronunciation of J in Spanish. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but, you know. So, the guy sold it. The Lamborghini development driver, his name was Bob Wallace. So he designed it, and then he sold it. Because this was like a test car. And after it was used for a lot of testing, in 1971, a year after it was built, it was crashed, and it broke. So that's what happened to the Jada. So they used the J as part of that. They also made a second one for the rules with made for some random guy. Shikata Yaha or something like that. I don't know. But it was sold at some price. It actually says unknown price. Okay, so that is the Aventador J. So we each have one car down. So then we're going to go into the second round. And I will start this one. Now, hold on one second. Right. So, just like what the Blader Summer was telling about a minute ago, with the 458 Spider. I was talking about the one that came out in 2009, the Ferrari 458 Italia. But before we get into that, we're going to talk about the Ferrari 458 Challenge, which is a special one that they made in 2010, which is their newest Challenge race car thing that they made at a track. So we can go around the Toronto racetrack in 1 minute 16 seconds, which is 2 seconds faster than the F430 Challenge, which is the car that came before, like the Blader Summer said, the Ferrari F430. That's the one you said, right? The F430? The F430 was the one that came before. That's what you said, right? Yeah, so the F430, the one that came before that, they made the Challenge one, which is the same as this, it's the faster one. And it's only 2 seconds, 0.2 seconds slower than the Ferrari FXX. The Ferrari FXX is basically a racing version of this car, which is the Enzo, which is their special one that they made about 10 years ago. Yeah, they made it 10 years ago. A special one that's supposed to be, like, crazy fast. So it doesn't have as thick panels as this one, and it has a lot of carbon fiber, so it makes it lighter for its time. This Ferrari, though, the 458 Italia, was it was an entirely new design from the F430. A lot of technologies from Ferrari's experience in Formula 1, so they put a lot of their Formula 1 into this Ferrari. They made a whole computer system, which was developed by some people. So this Ferrari has a V8 engine, which is shared from Ferrari and Maserati together when Maserati was owned by Ferrari. So it has 562 horsepower at some number, and then it it can do some stuff. So it's got one of those fancy little dual clutch things, so it doesn't like mess it up when it starts on a regular start of the line race, because that can really mess them up when they start off like that. So if you have the dual clutch, it makes it so that way you won't ruin the clutch in the car when you start off. And then they have the thing with like a tune shared thing with the Mercedes-Benz SLS AMG, which we were talking about up here on the computer before in the beginning, the one they're getting rid of. Which came out at the same time. Hopefully they don't get rid of that car soon, though. That would be the end of Ferrari. Well, it wouldn't be the end of Ferrari, because they got the new LaFerrari. That thing's crazy. But we're not talking about the LaFerrari. It can go 0 to 100 kilometers, which would be 62 miles per hour, in 3.3 seconds. So its top speed is 325 kilometers per hour, which is 202 miles an hour. And it's got some confusing math about some stuff, which you can do, which I don't understand. But what I think is cool about that I don't dig off this information for, is that at the front, that sounded dumb. At the front right here, it's got two little panels. Okay, these two little things, the air comes in and hits it. When it hits it, they get forced down, giving it more downforce to the front so it can go faster. Same here by the headlights. it channels the air in, and then it comes out down here. So it makes it also go faster. That's the same thing that they did with the F12 Berlinetta. They had two little things here. When the air hits it, it opens, and you're being really annoying.
We gotta do some fun stuff here. Come on.
This car is the most exciting Ferrari ever made.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the most interesting one.
Oh, man.
Now, before we get into your car, that's all what Ferrari is all about. It's all the interesting details of what it can do that makes it better. That's why this car is better than the Aventador. The Aventador doesn't have anything that channels the air through the tires to give it more downforce on the ground. They're just crazy. Now, before we get into this... Stop.
That is better than yours. Nope. This is not better.
No.
It's not better than this Ferrari.
Yes, it is, because this is the same thing. So that's a copy. It's a roofless one of these.
Right. But how much cooler is that? Not
cool. I don't like convertibles, so I wouldn't like that one.
Right. But, you take the top off of this bad boy, this little car here, and...
Can I finish before you go on to your boringness?
Oh, my boringness. Oh, man, that's what makes the car fun.
The 458 was on top here. And,
air blowing over the hood. That's fun.
No, it doesn't go over the hood. It goes into here, and it channels the air to give it more down.
Would you rather have the air blow through the fenders, or would you rather have the air blow through the little missile that you get from Italy in your front of your car? That you can't beat that, man.
If it went through the front of the car, then it could go faster, and then it would make everything better. Anyways, now let's talk about...
But it makes it sexier, man.
Let's talk about this before you go on to your weird, boring, nobody else can talk for 5 hours conversation. Now, that's put on top here, obviously, because of the styling and the performance, and it beat the F430 in a challenge, and that's when it raced the Stig, which is cool. And then it went a lap around the Top Gear test track, which is a time of 1:19.1, which is 1/10 of a second slower than the Ferrari Enzo. But this one here's a lot cheaper to get, because it's the third cheapest in their line, because the second cheapest is the Spider. But, the Ferrari Enzo they only made for 2 years, and it was hard to get. Right. Tell us about your Lamborghini Aventador.
Oh, baby. All I can say is it's relentless, fearless, timeless. It's a car for the ages. 50 years of Lamborghini technology, all rolled into just one massive ball of power.
But wait, if that was the one, then that would be... Wait, not the Aventador.
It doesn't have to be the specific model.
Their special 50th anniversary one is the Egoista, which they only made one of.
And
they also had the Aventador J.
But they
also had the Sesto Elemento.
But they're using all
never
that technology.
No, this is 2011. They have had 2 more years of technology after that.
Well,
they didn't include. That was only 48 years, not 50. If you want one of the most technology, buy a Sesto Elemento.
Well, anyway.
No.
Almost 50 years of technology.
Yeah, because the 50 years of technology would be the Sesto Elemento.
All right. But would you think 40?
Sesto Elemento.
Anyway. Whereas this Ferrari was going in there and it just power and Italian sexiness. This Aventador.
Are you basically saying that the Aventador is better than your own car that you picked?
No, they're different. This one here is the Ferrari is kind of like
anything that you say against a Ferrari 458 is going against yourself.
No, listen to me.
Go ahead, say it.
It's just going to stand on its own because they're different. You can think of this as more like a gymnast. You think of it, you take all the things of a gymnast, and it's the flowing lines, the athleticism, all those good things that make, the real sexy lines, the grace, the elegance that make up the car. The Lamborghini, the Aventador, is all about the power. It's all about just raw testosterone. It's relentless force, the power that this car has, the fearless look. Look at that thing. It's just amazing. And the powerhouse. That legendary, 48 years of a V12.
Oh,
crazy.
Yeah. That's new one they developed just for the Aventador, so they've only had that one since 2011.
Right.
They got rid of the one that they've been using, basically improving since the Mirror, going up to the next one, from the Mirror to the Countach, to the Diablo, to the Murcielago.
And Santa Gata Bolognese, they made this beauty, this beast, this powerhouse. It's just the sheer force. It's, you think you're the greatest football players of all time. You're running back.
They eat snakes in Indonesia.
They do. And using the carbon fibers for lightness, the power.
They got that carbon fiber.
So fast. It's just amazing. So it's really such a great car for being a muscle car.
It's not a muscle car, it's a supercar.
A supercar. But it's all about the muscles of the car. It's all about the real power, that this thing has. Where it can, sure, it handles great. Sure, it's a great powerhouse.
That's awesome.
Sure, it can be, all that you can possibly imagine, from having in a car from Italy that would go there fast, go in and be. Again, it has its sexiness. It doesn't have that sleek sexiness of the Ferrari, but it has that power, that raw, that part there. That's the thing that sets them apart. Is that where one is sleek and going in and being, that nimble little car and whatnot, we're just, the Aventador just roars, They only made 4,000, they made 4,000 of these, 9 less than the Murcielago. They use the carbon fiber.
They've made 9 less than the Murcielago so far.
Well, so far, okay. And
I hate this one.
It's got a 6.5 liter V12 engine, okay. So that's really super good. It goes 0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds. All right, it goes up to it can really, the top speed from the factory is 230 miles an hour. That is pretty gosh darn quick.
Slow? No.
Yeah, that really hauls. That's one thing, you can't say anything wrong about that kind of stuff. So that's just the big thing about it. They designed it's kind of just came in to replace the Murcielago, all right, and it's come out there, and I think it does a nice job. It looks, again, it goes back to that.
Oh, there you go.
Fearless look.
There you go. All that 4, 5, 8, boom. Oh, wait, is that the spider? No, it isn't. Okay, cool.
But really, it's. There's something that you...
Oh, but if you want a Ferrari, here's the one right there. The F40. Legendary.
Legendary. But, you're right. It is legendary. But some of the things that can be... that are really kind of important, and the things you got to think about with these cars, which really sticks out in most people's minds, is about having a car like that. It's something like this. So that's what I really need, for you to think about with a car quite like this one. They would just want to have like a real tough, athletic kind of a car. That's a tough kind of athletic car. And you don't want to have a thing that, one of those, you wouldn't want to have one of these that has no roof on it, because you wouldn't want to mess up their hair, and you also want to have one that has got a windshield so they don't get no bugs in their teeth.
They only made one of that car. Only one person, having an old man.
So
there's some old man that said some just as rich somehow. Now here you go. If you want any Lamborghini, forget about the Aventador, forget about the Aventador J. The one you got to get is the true 50th anniversary, the one of 50 years of development, the Lamborghini Veneno.
But that's all well and good, but if you
want to get more than any of these cars, the one to get is this, the McLaren P1.
But why are you going to different cars? We're going to go with these nice Italian cars, the Ferrari.
Oh, the British supercar instead.
No, I think we should go. So you choose what you like to do. If you like to go and you want to have that, the class and the Ferrari, that sleekness, that athleticism, or do you want that raw power, powerhouse, fast, muscular sounding Lamborghini, living up to that label of the bull? You choose. They kind of live up to the labels. You got either that horse, galloping speed, things of that nature, or power, driving.
There you go, power.
So.
Boom, the Sesto Elemento.
So I think
the winner.
The choices of my cars is you're going to have the sleekness with that convertible on that Ferrari, going out there and just going down the Apennine Highway, going through Italy, going past Roman ruins, stopping at little bistros along the way. Actually, there'd be ristorantes along the way, sipping Italian wine. You're going to want to go in a Ferrari. If you want to go really fast and blow past those places, you'd want to take the Lamborghini. Okay, and you'd want to have that roof on that because you're going to go so fast it'll blow your skin back.
But if you want to have something really awesome, something you won't see every day, you get this one here, which they only made one of, and then they made a second one just because some random.
But they got like goofy goggles when you're driving it, and you're going to have to
That's why you don't drive it. You park it in the garage and you look at it. You keep it clean. You show it off to the world. If you're rich enough, you just buy all 4 of them.
Well, then that'd be a whole different story. But if you can only afford one of these...
If you can only afford one of these, from the Aventador, the Ferrari Spider, the Ferrari 458, or this one here. I always have liked Lamborghinis more than Ferraris, but in this one time, if I had to pick between the Aventador or the Italia, picking the Italia. That's one of my top 5 favorite cars.
Yeah, but if you're going to go with the Italia, you should go with the Spider, simply because...
Nah, I don't like spiders.
The sleekness of it.
I don't like spiders.
You may not like spiders, but boy, this is a car that's going to turn heads. If anyone who gets one of these, you're buying them to be attention getters anyhow. Because if you had all the money, you could just get something that's much less a standout kind of a look. You could get a Bentley or something like that, which is very, standard and
Here you go, let's put it this way.
Subtle.
Let's put it this way. You win on the Lamborghini side. This one here is probably better than that one. The one with the windscreen and the roof, you want over that one because, like you said, there's really no point.
Well, if I was going to pick these, I'd pick this for its sexiness, and I would pick this one for its muscle. And just go out there. If you do something that's raw, just in your face, sort of no messing around kind of a car that's going to be like, this car can kick your butt. It'll scare your grandma.
There's always this, though, as an option. Quattro. You want an Italian car? We never said that you didn't have to always pick Italian cars as Ferrari and Lamborghini. There's always the third option, the Quattro.
Sure you get the Quattro, but I still think that if there's any car that's going to look like something's going to scare some, small children will cry when they go by. Oh, man. That's what this is. That's what this is. And you want someone to turn somebody's head, that's the way to go. Well, I see they both turn heads, but this one just has that,
You win on the Lamborghini side. That's one point. Okay, you win that one. That's fine. But, okay, we know that he wins that part. But I still think, this one here is the better choice. It just is. You want to have the roof on. You can just get in your car and be like, stop, I got the roof on. You can just drive it.
Or you can say, I have the top down, I got the wind, I've got the sun.
You don't want the wind and the sun. You don't want to get a sunburn sitting in your car. That's the stupidest place to get a sunburn. I don't like sunburn in the first place, but I don't want to get a sunburn sitting in a car.
It's about freedom. It's about...
Go to America.
Well, you could drive one of them in America.
You love freedom. Actually, no. But still, just go to America, you got freedom. There you go. You drive your Ferrari 458 Italia in America. You still get your freedom.
But if you're driving...
And you still have a Lamborghini Ferrari.
If you're driving down... Say just you're going along the coast.
You can go to Obama's house and be like, freedom!
You're in there and you're driving around through Italy along the coast. Aren't you going to want to have all of that air, that fresh air coming in, and the wind, the breezes blowing off the Mediterranean, blowing through your hair as you're going through very fast? You're going to want that. You're going to experience that sunshine along the Mediterranean coast.
If you want to go to the Mediterranean coast, then you get out your car and stand. Or you buy a cheap...
Would you rather stand in the sunshine, or would you rather be driving a Ferrari?
Stand.
You'd rather stand or drive a Ferrari?
No, I never said stand or drive a Ferrari.
What would you rather stand in the sun or drive a Ferrari in the sun? What would you rather do?
That's not the point.
No. What would you rather do?
Drive the Ferrari.
There you go.
That is this Ferrari, and then you go get out of your car and have a nice picnic.
But if you have only a certain amount of time out during the daylight, especially, it's closer toward the equator, so you got a longer day. But what would you rather do? Would you rather get that nice sunshine and
you can sit out there
all the time?
You can sit out there. Oh, there you go. That Cadillac, White Wolf.
No, you're going to want to have, if you were going to go out there and enjoy Italy, enjoy anyway.
Get
sunshine.
The 458
if it rains,
Italia.
If it rains, put the roof on it.
But the thing is that the 458 Italia is better.
Why?
Because, look at it.
What makes it better?
You can see the engine. Don't you want to look at the engine of the car and be like, that is an amazing engine? Listen here. You can just walk by, see the back window. Oh, that's my engine. Listen here. There's a cover over it where the roof is.
But listen. Now you can look. You can't look at it when you're driving, right?
Yes, you can.
While you're driving, are you going to look at your engine?
Yes.
You can turn around.
No, there's a rear view mirror. You can see the back of the engine. You can be like, oh, that is the engine.
So you are gonna have distracted driving. You're not gonna keep your eyes on the road just to go look at your engine.
No, because you can look back and be like, oh, look at this someone with a Prius, and then you can be like, man, and you can like take off. You can be like, oh, look at that engine is winding up as that Prius is fades away. But typically you're gonna get out here and you're gonna be standing outside your car looking in at your engine. You walk by, when you get in your car and you're like, I'm about to drive a Ferrari, you can go up to your car, look at the engine, be like, oh, that's awesome, and get in and drive off. That's just better than looking at a cover.
Well, if you wanted to, you could lift up the hatch on that.
Yeah, but
if you want to look at the engine.
It's this big.
But
you can't see much of the engine.
But if you want to look at it, you can.
No, because the roof folds up, so you don't have so much room. You have about as much room as this table.
Right, but if you want to look at some of your engine, you can look at some of your engine.
It's the effort. It's the effort to open it up. This one here, you don't have to open up. You can just look in, see it, and take off. Plus, you can see the whole engine.
But think about it. If you're sitting there driving in this Ferrari at night, you can look up and you can see the stars.
Yeah.
You look up and you can see clouds and blue sky.
Or you can look out your window and you can be like, oh, look at that. Why? But you're going to be a distracted driver because you're going to be looking at the clouds or you're going to be looking at the stars. Instead of focusing on the road driving, when a small little rabbit could come on the road, you could hit it and it could die. But, no, would you rather look at some stars or would you rather not kill a rabbit?
Now, here's the thing.
No, answer me. Would you rather kill a rabbit or look at stars?
If you're in the mood to eat some rabbit, why not kill a rabbit?
Because I don't want to hit a rabbit with a Ferrari. Or any car. I don't want to run over a rabbit.
Here's the deal. Now, this is here. You have your top, and you can't take it off. This one here, you can put a top on. You can take the top off. Put the top on. Take the top off. So if I want to have a top, I have a top. When I don't want to have a top, I don't have to have a top.
That doesn't matter.
I can choose.
It doesn't matter.
You don't have a choice.
It doesn't matter because this car is just better. You have more room. You can put something in the back if you need to. There's a small room in the back about this big that you can put something. Listen here, there's no room in the back because you have to have your roof and
in the front.
You can put things here.
Right.
But listen here, you can put a little bit more. So if you go on your holiday.
So if you're a hoarder, you like the hard top.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You can put
So hoarders like hard. So you're saying hoarding is good?
No, I'm not saying that. If you go on a picnic, you can put your sandwiches in the back and you can put the basket in the front.
The sandwiches in the back, wouldn't it get hot and spoil the mayonnaise?
What if you don't put mayonnaise on? Okay, let's put it this way. What if you go to the store and you buy some jam, put it in the back.
Then it would liquefy, and then you'd have juice.
Okay, you go to the store and you buy a CD.
Then it would work.
It wouldn't.
It would get hot.
It wouldn't.
How do you know?
Okay. Anyways, you have the front, but listen here, if you do need to put something in, you can put it there. I don't think you're going to put anything there, but if you have that room, if it's necessary.
So it's more important to have, a couple of inches of room to stick like a CD in, or you can have the choice
yes.
of having the roof open,
yes.
or having your roof up.
Yes, because listen. Okay, now we're going to into the final part, because we've narrowed it down. You wanted the Aventador. The Aventador beats the Aventador J. Listen here. What is better, the Spider 458, the 458 Spider, or the 458 Italia? To find out, we each have 1 minute to prove why this car is better. And with that, I will call my Droid DNA HTC, which they only made for 4 months because they were so high quality. And don't say anything about it.
And my Galaxy 4, which they made a zillion of, and sold a zillion of, and are rated some of the best phones. So, I guess my choice and taste in technical things seem to have the little advantage, wouldn't you think?
This will go off when time's up. No, actually, I don't like that one. No, don't like that one either. No, that one's dumb. No, that one's stupid. Aw, yeah! That's good for the cars. Okay. Yeah, 1 minute to explain why this car is better. Start.
Alright. Simply, this car is better. Again, it's going to be the choice. You have a choice of having the top on or having the top off. Actually, everybody knows that convertibles has an increased sportiness over the hard top, okay, and much sportier, okay. And actually, you're gonna go. It's all about the mood. It's all about the reason why you buy a car like this. It is that freedom. It's the essence.
30 seconds.
It's that essence of being out there. The essence of sportiness. The essence of sexiness. The essence of all the things that you'd have out there, and being able to enjoy life. So there's no other way of being part of the world, being part of nature, being part of just really the experience of the Mediterranean air, or anywhere, the coast, the mountains, wherever you may be. The experience of having that open air makes it so much better, especially when you go as fast as you can in a Ferrari.
So that was it. So you talked about air, which you like air a lot when you fart.
It's the...
Anyways, now it's my turn to talk about...
Would you rather...
No,
would you rather do the top down when someone farts, or have a roof on it when someone farts?
You can't say anything now because time's up and it's my turn.
Okay.
This car, right here. To make this car, they had to add stupid support beams so that way you could take the roof off. Listen here, it can be lighter and faster because you don't have to have beams to support where the roof isn't, because the roof and the bottom, as we know, are the structures of the car, which keep it together. If you take out half of it, it's just going to fall in half like a Saab, which they tried before. But listen here, they have to add fancy little support beams, make it heavier, make it less rigid and awesome, like this one here. So, do you want to have support beams and no roof, or do you want to have roof, faster, more agile? It's up to you, it's your decision, because this one here, faster, more agile than this one here. Without its roof, it's going to have more beams and heavy. Now, being Ferrari doesn't weigh as much as it would if it was some other car, but it's still going to have more weight, less rigid, more agile, racing, speed, and everything else that you want to do. In any situation, you want to have this one.
Support beams make it more rigid.
I meant agile. I meant agile so that way make it less drive-ish. I win.
But does that?
I win.
No.
I win.
But how much faster does it go?
It goes a few miles an hour faster.
Oh, a few miles. And what's top speed?
Something. What's yours?
It's like what, 93?
193 for that one?
Yeah.
202.
So I don't know. Actually, I don't know what it really is.
No, it was 193 that had in the top here, top speed.
You're thinking about it that
you can go 10 miles an hour faster. So if you have to race against somebody that's in something else that's a little bit faster that can go. If you were racing somebody in a Lamborghini Gallardo convertible that can go 197, this can beat at 202. There you go. Ferrari beats Lamborghini. I win. I finally get a win on this.
Ferraris.
Nope. You're wrong.
No, Ferraris.
But this here can beat anything. This car can beat that one. I finally win on this.
But
no, I finally win.
Is 5% faster really that matter that much at 200 miles an hour?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Are you going to physically notice the difference between 193 and 202? Those 9 miles an hour. Are you really going to notice that? Yes.
I win finally.
How are you going to notice that?
Because you're going to be like, oh, I'm going a little bit faster. It's going to add up in the end.
You know, I think that I won the first one. We're tied on this one. You should let the viewers decide.
No. No.
Are you going to not let your viewers decide?
Yes.
Are you afraid?
No.
Yes, you
Nobody ever comments on the videos. Every time we've done that, nobody has except for myself.
Well, here's your opportunity.
It's not going to happen.
And it can't be you.
Here we go. Then we're not going to ever get a thing. We need to have it, and let's put it this way.
No, you need to...
No, you're wrong. It's my channel. I get to decide. This is how it is.
So you're afraid?
No, I'm not saying...
You're afraid of...
I'm not saying I'm afraid, but listen to me here. It's simple. I win because this car is just better. Would you rather have a McLaren F1 or Bugatti Veyron?
We're not talking about them.
Would you rather have what one?
Bugatti.
Exactly. Listen, here's the Bugatti. It's faster. It's 10 miles an hour faster than the McLaren.
How about liking the styling better? I don't care how fast it is.
Too bad. You said the Bugatti, so that means I win. I win.
Not because I didn't pick it because it was faster.
I win. I win. You just said the Bugatti. This is the Bugatti. That's the McLaren. It's 10 miles an hour faster. That means it's better. So I win. I win.
Faster is better.
Yes. Yes, faster is better.
Really?
Yes.
So if you smack into a tree, going faster is better?
No.
You just said faster is better. So
in the
faster
car,
better? No.
In a car.
So smacking into a tree with a car going faster is better?
No, we're not talking about smacking into a tree.
So faster, you said so. No, faster is not better.
In a straight line is better than it is if you're smacking into a tree. No, faster is not better. If you're flipping over, no, faster is not better. But if you're going in a straight line in a car, in a race, faster is better. I win. End of story. I'm the champion. Boom. Ferrari. Illin. It's simple. I finally get a win in this.
You just got tied because I won the Lamborghini side.
No, I finally get a win in this.
Didn't I win the Lamborghini side?
No, because...
You just said earlier that I won the Lamborghini side.
No, but the Aventador J is an Aventador. So I win!
The Spider is an Italian.
No, it's a Spider. It has not the same name as that one. Because the Aventador...
So if I won the Lamborghini, you won, we get the tie.
No, we can't have
tie. You heard it, viewers.
Oh! Why do we have another tie?
A split.
Hold on, but you gotta come here and we gotta do something here, quickly. We have to do the award again.
Well, you can do this.
We'll do the award in a minute. I just gotta... No! So close! If you're watching, which hopefully you're not because that would be dumb, I made these notes. I took time to figure out every single thing I was going to talk about. So close, so close, so close. Here we go, we had the awards all printed out, but neither one of these gets used because they have a tie. Either way, watch for the second time that we put a tie award up. Here we go, I'd like to welcome you to another Auto Challenge award video, but this time we don't really have an award because it was a tie. Sadly, we...
No. Can't accept defeat.
No, you're the one that said it's a tie because you know that I beat you.
Because you wouldn't let your viewers decide.
Because nobody ever did that. I've done it like 10 times. Different things like that. Viewers decided, that's how originally supposed to be. Hold this. Okay. It wasn't my fault we tied.
Excuse me.
You just couldn't admit that the regular
Sneezing in cyberspace.
What? You couldn't just admit that that Ferrari was better. The regular Ferrari, not the Spider, the 458 Italia was better.
But your car can't do that.
Yeah, but that's because it isn't a convertible. But on something more exciting for the viewers. We have done for the first time, obviously since this is our first year of this series, we've done for the first time a Auto Challenge award for the car of the year. And this year we picked the McLaren P1 because on this channel we both like this car a lot. It's got 903 horsepower and it's a hybrid. So
I like the P, so it's P1.
Hold that. Take these two. And now we're going to put it up top. Here, hold this. Here, hold this. No, we're not putting it up there. We're putting it way up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but this is pretty cool. This is one
I spelled McLaren wrong.
No, I didn't. That's how you spell it.
You spelled car wrong.
I did not!
You spelled of wrong.
I didn't spell anything wrong!
Where anything isn't up there.
I did not spell a single word wrong.
You spelled P wrong.
I didn't spell it!
It's P-E-E. It's the P-E-E-1.
No!
Because Mr. McLaren had the P when he designed it. So he called it the P1.
Anyways. This is awesome. We have one more award to give out later in the season. As we will, on the 28th, after episode 5, when we give the award for that episode, we will have our own thing where we will pick what the best car of season 1 and so far in season 2 will be.
Right, so the P1 is number 1, so you got to pick
okay,
number 2.
Stop.
So if the car goes number 2.
Okay, what this means is this here is the overall best car we think of any car in the world made from January 1st to December 7th. Is any of it. Because that's from, obviously, today's episode. December 7th.
Okay.
So, from that time, that's when this car was from. Now, what we're doing is the car of the year, of the Auto Challenge car of the year episode pick thing, is any of the cars that we think are the best from the ones that have either won or tied. So far we have the Aston Martin DB9, we have the Subaru Impreza, WRX STI, Lamborghini Diablo, Lamborghini Murcielago, Lamborghini Gallardo, I think I pointed them wrong, and the Pagani Huayra, the Triumph TR6, the Corvette,
Mm-hmm.
There's a Nissan Cube.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Fisker Karma.
Yep.
The Lamborghini Aventador.
Oh, yeah.
The Lamborghini Aventador J.
Ooh.
The Ferrari 458 Spider.
Sweet.
And the Ferrari 458 Italia.
Yawn.
And then, what other cars we pick over the next 3 episodes? We'll have to go up there. We do have so far 6 episodes total in the season because of the tie. Thanks to Genius and his somewhat smart about cars, we have tied.
Yeah, afraid of convertibles.
I'm not afraid of convertibles. Anyways, make sure you watch the next.
You want your farts to escape the car. You want to make them
Anyways, make sure that you watch episode 3 where we will decide another great car. Actually, what do we have lined up for that one? Let's see. For that one, we can pick any car for that one that we like. So, you have to decide what you want. I already know what I want. I already picked the Corvette.
I'll think about it.
Yeah, no, you don't have to pick it now. We still have like a...
I'll have to go find a good car. I gotta get back on winning streak, man.
We still have a week, so...
Maybe a Bugatti.
We don't have Bugattis to pick from.
I'll go buy one.
If you can find a Bugatti, that would be amazing. Anyways, the Corvette Stinger is what I've picked, so we'll see what you pick.